Alright guys, it's it's the middle of February and I'm in short sleeves. It's actually 71 degrees out, which is mind-boggling because if you look around, everything's bare. So this is my 1966 Dodge A100 Campwagon update. And so anyway, this was made by Traveco. It's got that aluminum pop top that you see up there. It takes about 30 seconds to deploy, folds flat, doesn't leak, and it's really a unique piece of gear. But anyway, Traveco made them. I'm not sure how many they made. I don't think there's a whole bunch of them left, but they do come up every once in a while. And it is pulling, no less, my 1966 Baja. And that's what I got it for. I've had VWs my whole life, and they're great, but I've got boats to pull, things to pull, and the problem with them is they're just underpowered that way, though they're a great motor. I love them, always have, and always will. But anyway, so this Dodge has got 318 in it, and it's also got an automatic 727, and both of them, unless you're really trying to hurt them, it's pretty hard to hurt. So I made a few upgrades, and that's what I'm kind of doing right now. So let's walk on over here. Alright, so I think I had the motor on, a picture of the motor the last time around. But anyway, it's got a new HEI electronic distributor with a 50K coil. Of course, the air filter and the chrome valve covers were just for toys. Rebuilt the carburetor, new hoses, completely had to rebuild the radiator, and I'm not talking recore, pressurize it or anything like that. They kept the head, which I'm assuming is this part, and they kept the foot, and then they rebuilt everything to the tune of about $500, but it needed it. So today, or actually this weekend, what it's getting is, I still think the timing chain is a little bit loose. There's a little bit of play when we dialed in the distributor, and it's got too good of a compression for the cam to have been worn out. So, and I think the timing chain's slopping around. So anyway, I've got a dual sprocket, dual chain timing chain coming. And when I get it, since I have to anyway, I got to pull the timing cover. Of course, I got to pull the alternator, water pump, and all that crap and pull this thing out. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the water pump. Not that I need to, but because I'm going to, and then I reset the clock in my favor. So anyway, that's the motor. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. And here we go. So she's dialed in pretty good. I'm just going to make it a little more bulletproof. The idea behind having this rig is that I can go anywhere in the States. I mean, literally go anywhere and walk into a Pet Boys, a Napa, an AutoZone, whatever it is, and buy a distributor off the shelf, which I'll never probably have to buy another one again. But or a water pump, which I won't have to buy another one again either, or anything, timing chain, any of this crap I can buy off the shelf. And there's probably not a backyard mechanic anywhere that can't work on them if it needs more than what I can do. So I mean, the motor's got great compression. I rebuilt the carb, new distributor, new electronics or electrical system. It'll have a new water pump, timing chain. Crap, what else is in there? There's a couple other things. We serviced the transmission, serviced the rear end, serviced the brakes. I can't really think of too much that's going to stop her from a trip. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the dual timing chain this weekend, and after that she should be ready to go. I got the tail lights to do, but besides that, anyway, this is the rig. So here's the interior once again. I pulled that door because I'm doing a little bit of electrical back there. I'm going to put an inverter in there, a true sine wave, probably a 1500, 2000 watt inverter in there. So I got my own electric plus another house battery. This is the back. This pulls out into a fairly decent double. Good storage there. You open up the rear, there's storage there. 12-volt fridge, which was an option. Thermo something heater, which was also an option that doesn't work. But anyway, that's something down the line, and who knows if I'm even going to need it. But so, oh yeah, I did. I insulated the engine compartment. I pulled out all that crappy fiberglass batting and went ahead and insulated it. And then when I do the radiator, when I got to pull the radiator and put in the timing chain, I'm going to go ahead and insulate it too. There's the front end. There she is, just purring away. And I mean, there's really not too much wrong with this puppy. She's got some rust issues, things I'm going to have to clean up. And then this is my 66 Baja. And right now, I've got that rack on it, that Thule rack. And I've got an extension for the cage right there, plus a little 1 1/4 mount for it. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up a kayak rig for it, and someplace I can throw my mountain bike. The idea is to be able to pull all this stuff off really, really quickly. You know, access the kayak, access the mountain bike. You know, I don't have any rear seats in the Baja, so I'm just going to fill that up with gear. And basically that's it. So anyway, I just wanted to update you on my 1966 Dodge A100 Campwagon by Traveco. So, and of course the little 66 Baja that runs like a little demon. And like I said, I've been into V-dubs my whole life. There's one I'm restoring right now. This is a 1965, late 65, early 66 SO42. It's got a lot of the 12-volt stuff on it and the weird rear hatch and some other things that are pretty specific to the later ones. Pop top, camper, got half the interior. Doing a little bit of the metal work, which you can tell, and a little front end work, or not fiberglass. I'm banging out the front end a little bit. So anyway, that's that, and this is my 1952, is it a 52? Yeah, it's a 52 Nomad teardrop trailer. Of course there's a boat, but anyway, so this teardrop right here is really stinking rare. It was pulled out of the California desert in the 90s and restored. They did some upgrades, you know. It's got the original sink in it, but it's got a little electric 12-volt pump. It's got the original ice box. I have the original stove to it. These two fins right here actually have 10 gallons apiece for water, which is kind of slick. And it's a combination of the old, the new. Got a pretty decent double inside of it, and then some storage. It's probably the biggest teardrop I've ever seen though, and to be still classified as a teardrop. Can't pull it with the V-dub, but I surely can pull it with my Campwagon, which won't be pulling it anyway. There's no reason to. So I've got other stuff for this. So okay, on that note, like I said, I am a V-dub guy. I just wish they had a little more oomph. And when I was a kid, it was easier, and I still pulled crap around with them though. I hurt them, but since I could rebuild motors and do everything else with it, it wasn't that bad. But I'm just getting too old to be lying under a bus. So, and then this one will get restored when it gets restored. So, okay, on that note, beautiful day, mid-February 2017. I just can't believe it. I mean, it's sunny. I'm in short sleeves. So, okay, on that note, we're clear.